I'll put a spell on you.
And now you're mine.
This episode, we're discussing the famous classic Hocus Pocus, and we're bashing an indie film called Behind the Frame. You're listening to the Quiet on Set podcast. Hocus Pocus. After moving to Salem, Massachusetts, that's right this time, teenager Max Dennison explores an abandoned house with his sister Danny and their new friend Allison. After dismissing a story Allison tells as superstitious, Max accidentally frees a coven of evil witches, we all know them, who used to live in the house. Now with the help of a magical cat, the kids must steal the witch's book of spells to stop them from becoming immortal, which I always thought was vampires. I guess witches are immortal too, guys.
Just use kids' youth to freaking...
It's always about the kids.
Yeah, suck the life right out of them. Put it in yourself. It's weird right out of the gate. This movie's super weird because when you think of Hocus Pocus, you don't think of the good guys. You always think of the three witches.
Yeah.
Like, the main characters are more the three witches than they are the little kids.
That's because they're so iconic. They're so iconic.
Very true. Every Halloween, you got to think of Hocus Pocus.
You really do. And there's so many people that dress up as the witches now. If you got like a trio, it's perfect.
Even if you're guys. Pretty perfect.
We just need one more dude, and we could do it.
We could do it. I'd be the blonde one. She's hot.
I guess I'll be not the stupid one. Definitely not the stupid one.
That's the blonde one.
No, well, she's pretty dumb too, right?
Yeah, she's pretty dumb.
The
They're all three
black-headed.
pretty dumb.
What's the black-headed's name?
Mary?
Let me see. Yeah, Mary. We got Mary, Sarah, and Winifred.
Yeah.
Winifred reminds me of the freaking queen on Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, kinda.
She got the hair. I thought it was just the freaking lipstick. Because the lipstick's like
very puckered.
Mm-hmm. But the hair and the lipstick, she looks just like her. She should have played that part too.
Even though, what's her face in the new Alice in Wonderland? Good job.
Nice.
Whatever her name is. The guy or the girl that's always in movies with Johnny Depp. Nailed it.
You guys know who we're talking about.
You know who we're talking about. But anyway, yeah, movie starts out, and you got freaking Max boy trying to be all cool from California. You guys think Halloween is all fun and games, but it's just a candy corporation thing. Freaking
Candy Corporation.
Yeah. He says that it's Halloween is an invention of the Candy Corporation.
Oh, I believe that. Conspiracy
Theory, but not in Salem because they know it's all about raising the dead.
Salem,
Why not? Yeah.
Salem, Massachusetts, they know.
They freaking know.
They've had to deal with witches their entire lives.
I'm not a big fan, and there's a lot of people who like this movie, so I could be crossing the line.
You're already crossing the line with me.
Oh, God. I'm not a big fan of Max.
Just because he's got that cool guy vibe?
Just because his whole character development and stuff happens way too fast, and you're like, that was weird. Because he's like a jerk, and then she's like, it just switches out of like nowhere.
You got to have a soft spot for the man, though. You know why? Because Mr. freaking, I don't remember their names, but the bullies that pick on him.
Ice.
Shaved
at the back of his head. Ice.
That is so cool.
I forgot what the other guy's name is, but yeah.
Yeah, so you know what? He's just trying to be a cool guy to get those other bullies to leave him the heck alone.
But he starts the cool guy act like right out of the gate.
Yeah, that's true, but they're bringing you into the story, so he's been dealing with these jerks for probably all through elementary school, middle school, high school.
He moved there from California.
Hey, yeah, social media was around back then, right?
Oh yeah, probably freaking hitting him up. Knew he was going to school. Can't wait for you to get here, you nerd.
Gonna steal your shoes. I'm gonna steal your freaking shoes.
Oh, but yeah, his character development was really weird for me.
Well, listen, man. We all did it back in the day, right? You tried to be a cool guy hunk dude at school.
I'm still a cool guy, hunk dude at school. I walk in high school all the time. What's up, nerds?
You're freaking Max.
I'm Max, is what I'm trying to say. That's why I don't like him. I feel like he's trying to cramp my style.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen, man.
And then it's there's a scene right after he goes to school. He's in his room, and Danny comes in. She's like, "You're taking me to trick or treating, right?" And he's like, "Freaking no, gosh!" And he like starts playing his drum kit really loud, and she's trying to talk to him, and he's just jamming out. And then she is like, "You're gonna do it no matter what." And he's like, "No, I won't. Want to bet?" And he throws his drumsticks down, and he runs up the stairs, and he gets on top, and he goes like, he crosses his arms and like acts all huffy puffy.
Oh my god, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, you keep running back and forth. Dude.
And his sister seems like a pretty nice girl.
Yeah,
He should have been
screams.
Oh yeah, she did scream. I don't like that.
Yeah,
High pitched.
but it's all right. If you have a sibling, you know what it's like. You freaking don't do what the sibling wants. They scream to the top of their lungs.
I'm the youngest. I was the screamer.
Oh God.
Yeah. What do you mean you won't pick me up a 10-piece chicken nugget meal? Ah! You forgot the barbecue sauce. Ah! Yeah, but I think him and freaking, God, what's his name? Freaking dude that plays Spider-Man, the cool guy Spider-Man.
Oh, you're talking about him. I cannot remember his name.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, that's it.
Yeah. Him and Max should be buddy. That would just be too cool.
Finger guns down the road, both of them. They're doing it to each other.
Friggin' Tobey Maguire and friggin' Max Dennison. I tell you this, man. My favorite part of this, is freaking the song they sang, "I Put a Spell on You." Is that an old song, or did they make this for the movie?
I don't know. Let's look it up real quick. But yeah, it's a good song.
It's a very good song. I was thinking that song will probably be a Halloween favorite for a long time to come. But I was like, maybe this song existed before the movie.
I think it was a song that existed before the movie.
Thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction.
It was made in 1956, so yeah, it's been around.
Okay. Ain't that weird how you can sense?
Yeah.
You can sense that a song has been made previously, even though they made it very modern and it sounds great.
Mm-hmm. Especially how she does it.
Yeah. I wonder if she actually sung that, because it sounds like her voice.
Yeah, maybe. They had another good song in that movie. I don't know if you caught a glimpse of it, but when they're trying to round up the children and Sarah Jessica Parker, or Sarah, she got the same name. Sarah flies over the town and she's doing the that thing. That's good. I like that.
It's got a creepy vibe to it.
Mm-hmm. It's also a good melody.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I'll take you away
into the.
That's why people like it. That's
not very catchy because I can't remember the words, but still a good song.
Still a good song. And it's sung by freaking Sarah. She's the.
We all know. But yeah, I think my favorite main character was not the main dude, but it was the side dude, the cat. I liked him way better than I like Max.
Well, the cat's just been through it, man.
He has been through it.
He got turned into a cat.
He watched his... I don't know if that was his sister or if that was like his girlfriend. I think it was his sister, maybe. They got freaking ate by witches. She didn't get ate, but
Almost.
got the life sucked out of her.
Yeah.
Just as bad.
Can't show people getting ate on a Disney movie.
Yeah. They did cop out on the freaking... Well, it was an old movie. But they did cop out on when they turned... I don't even know his name. Binks. When they turned Binks into a cat, they took a shot of him like leaning down like, ah! And then they cut to the witch and she was just doing this, like pointing down.
Yeah.
And then it went back to the cat and he was just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a 3D model cat. Good on them.
Are you sure?
3D model the face at least.
You think? There's no way. That had to be a real cat, man.
It's completely 3D model. Animated it.
Something happened.
Yeah, he's talking. It's not like he put a fake face on a cat and then like move the remote or whatever. It's a real face.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely not a remote.
Yeah.
I can remember that. But I feel like it's a real cat at some point.
Yeah, I mean, most of the parts, I would say it is a real cat, but whenever he's talking and stuff, it's like, why did you do this to me?
It's like the annoying orange.
Yeah.
They just take a steel shot.
And then put the face over it.
Oh, that'd be a great cat.
But all in all, movie was not as good as I remember. A lot of weird plot holes, which I get that they were just going for comedy, but it's still like, why? Like, why isn't it in there?
I think as a kid,
You don't catch it, because as a kid, I thought the movie was a lot better. And
watch it every time it came on.
yeah.
Every time I seen it.
Every time it came on, you'd watch it, and you wouldn't catch all like the little jokes and stuff. Like one of the ones that I was telling you about before we started was the where she pulls up to the side of the car, and she's like, "Pull over! You don't have a permit. Permits weren't around back then. What's up with that?
You never know.
Permit to drive a horse?
That broom.
Oh yeah.
She needs a permit. Maybe.
She don't abide by the rules. She's a bad witch."
I think the vacuum cleaner we talked about,
Oh yeah.
you said that she should have been on a broom, right?
Yeah, yeah. Now, where'd she get that vacuum cleaner? Even though if people were cleaning the house, it was still in their broom closet with all of their broom stuff.
Yeah. Brooms were back then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brooms were 100% back then. Maybe not the broom they had, but...
Should have been like what's a famous broom? Swiffer. Should have been a Swiffer.
That was a funny part, though, when she put the freaking vacuum cleaner. She had to, like chuck it in between her legs.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. Here's you a story.
Right.
So,
Buckle in.
buckle in for this one, folks. I recently got on Tinder and went on a date.
Ooh.
Trust me, this is relevant to Hocus Pocus.
It's going full circle.
Yeah.
It's full circle.
Just give me a little time here. So this girl, I thought she was joking at first. So she said she wanted to go buy some plants.
Okay.
I was thinking, this girl just wants to go buy some doobies.
Smoking Jays.
Nah, she wanted to go to Lowe's and buy some plants. And I was like, what made you get into wanting to buy plants? So she goes, I'm a witch. She was 100% on this. And, I was like laughing like, oh, she's pretty funny, humorous.
Yeah.
But she was dead serious.
Time out.
Okay.
Out. Did you say, as soon as she goes, I'm a witch, you see Hocus Pocus? Like, did you bring it up, or were you just like...
I was afraid to bring it up.
Okay.
I was like,
All right.
that's kind of a stab at their, their thing.
Yeah.
It's
Go
like,
on.
have you seen Hocus Pocus? It's a fake witch movie. It's fake.
Fake.
And they're real. I don't know. Is it fake?
I thought it was real.
We'll have to, let's cut that out, folks. Hocus Pocus is real. So is Santa. So is.
Wait, why would we even bring Santa into this? You don't think he's real? That's a whole other topic. Go on with the witch.
So she said she's a witch. And so, of course, I got to pry into this stuff, right?
Yeah, you can't just you can't leave something left alone. Like if somebody was like, blah, 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 I'm a witch, blah, 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 blah. Like you wouldn't just be like, hold on. You gotta stop them. You'd be like, hey, let's talk about that witch thing you talked about a second ago.
She told me a lot about it. And I don't know if it's a bunch of
mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, I don't know if it's lies, but she said something about moon water. At night, you fill this bottle full of water. You do something with the moon. You do some sort of ritual, and it becomes like moon water. And she related it to holy water. She's like talking about they bless water. This is just the witches' version. Learned a lot about witches. So, what was hilarious about it, though, she goes to college, and I had to pick her up at her dorm.
Yeah.
So I went to her dorm, and afterwards, she's like...
Tennessee?
No. Carson Newman.
Gotcha.
Carson Newman. So I drove a little distance. I wish she would have just teleported me there.
Yeah, freaking...
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But she said, we can't have fire in the dorms that we're in. Can't even have, scented candles.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was funny. Because she was like, I want to burn sage and I want to make bigger rituals, but I can't because the campus won't let me. And
Everybody thinks I'm some winky-dinky witch on the forums. But I'm not. I can do it. I just can't right now.
Yeah. She also said, she was talking about going outside and doing rituals. She don't care, man. That's what I like about America. You can be a witch.
Yeah.
It ain't Salem anymore.
You can't burn them at the stake. You burn them while you're eating a steak. Freaking witches aren't real.
like a roast.
Yeah, like a roast while you're eating a steak.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I've seen a lot of good Halloween costumes featuring these Sanderson Sisters. I've seen one recently on Twitter. It's a good costume.
If you do it right. You got to do it right.
You do.
If you're watching this and Halloween hasn't happened yet, speaking of costumes, why don't you drop a comment on what you were for Halloween? If you dressed up. If you think Halloween's lame. If you think our setup is lame. Spent like $20 on it. That's not a lot of money, but it's turned out so all right, I guess.
He got all this stuff to put on the table, and hey, we got freaking candy in a bucket.
Oh, you're not supposed to show that.
Oh, my
gosh.
Oh, there might be some.
I got some candy in here, Lisa. Oh.
It's just rocks.
But yeah, drop a comment what you are for what you're gonna be for Halloween. If you're past it, what were you for Halloween? We'll freaking look at the comments. Nobody comments, so we never get a look. So
I want you talk about he was telling me about this joke. They were joking about the virgin stuff.
God bless.
It's an old movie.
Okay, we got to talking about the movie. We always talk about what we're gonna talk about before we talk about it. A lot of talking about stuff. Anyway, he was like, it's a kid's movie. And I said, no, it's not. It's slightly a kid's movie because they're sitting there talking about virgins and stuff like that. Like the last line of the movie is, I had to wait 300 years for a virgin to burn a candle. Like, what? How's that the last line of a kid's movie? Why you keep emphasizing the virgin thing? But that's not even the worst part. So Danny, the little girl, meets Allison for the first time. And Allison's like, I like your costume. She's like, thanks. I like yours too, but I could never wear it because I don't have, what did you call them, Max? Yabos?
Yeah.
And she was like, Max likes your yabos. Talking about boobs in a kid's movie.
That is kind of weird, ain't it?
It is weird.
But if you ever hear about the conspiracy theories behind Walt Disney.
Freaking perv. I was going to get shut down. I'm so sorry, Walt Disney. I didn't mean that.
Yeah. Please, I'll have to I don't know, pitch shift that voice, make it sound like it ain't what it is.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, Walt Disney is perfect, guys. Now, apparently, in some of the Walt Disney movies, there's like sex in the clouds written. Stuff like that.
Oh,
You ever hear that?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy. It's like subliminal messages, people.
Get it on.
Very strange. Very strange
Heard a
indeed.
lot of weird conspiracy theories about Walt Disney. Don't know if any of them are true, but we ain't gonna get into that on here.
That's for another podcast.
That's for another podcast. Freaking or whatever we're gonna call it.
I did watch, or I do remember the part where they get locked up in the school and they get burned to death.
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't die from that. They never explained it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They never explained it because all I seen was the smoke.
Yeah,
Come
like the
from the
green
chimney?
smoke comes out, and then they just walk out, and they're like,
That burnt.
"Yeah, we're good though."
I didn't like that because, or maybe it was the spell book. Did they not do something right?
They didn't know. The whole thing was they freaking just lit them on fire. They put them in a. It's like one of those things where you burn pots and stuff, like clay.
Yeah.
Like they burn clay and stuff, and it was like a giant room where you could just like put big statues and stuff in that you've made. So they put them in there, and then they lock the door, and they turn it on and burn them to death.
Legit.
Yeah.
Back in the day, because I thought back in the day they would tie like a cinder block to their foot, throw them in the lake, and be like, well, if they didn't come up,
They weren't a witch.
which that would be awful.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, folks, most of them were probably witches.
Yeah, I got them. Freaking got them.
They probably had some priest come out, bless the lake, so there's like a force field on the top layer of the lake.
Yeah, so even if they swam up, they just freaking.
They'd start hitting. Yeah. Help, help. Not helping that witch.
Yeah, she freaking. Why ain't she drowning?
She's toast. She is toast.
But yeah, I don't know how they didn't escape from the incinerator.
That's probably why, because they didn't do like the lake trick. That's probably in the
They
spell
drown
book.
them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cheesy stuff in this movie. Speaking of that, like he goes over to their house and he's like, "You forgot about daylight savings time," and then they turn on the car headlights and they're like, "Ah!"
That, yeah.
But yeah, another thing that didn't make sense at the end of the movie, Winifred's holding up Max. She's got him by the shirt, and she's trying to suck the life out of him. And then the sun hits, and she turns into stone, and the other two explode. And then she eventually explodes, but the other two didn't even start to turn. Like, why did she turn into stone?
First.
Yeah, like the other two didn't even get bothered by being turned into stone. Like they just blew up.
Winifred is the most powerful witch. So, of course, she's going to turn into stone. The other two are not that powerful.
So she had to turn into stone.
She had to turn into stone.
I thought it was gonna be. I thought they did it because they were like, how they're sitting there making the movie, and they're like, how do we get Max out of her hands where we can do this effect without having to do a lot of editing to get him out of the way? So they're
Yeah,
like, we'll
but I
turn
think
her to
it-
stone, and then he just struggles off, falls on the ground, and then it's just free game to blow her up. That's what I thought.
That could be the reason. But I mean, it was definitely written before it was shot.
Yeah, because they had the whole stone statue.
Yeah, so
Maybe.
it was like
Maybe they were going to make all stone, like they were going to turn them all to stone, and then they were like, that's probably a bad idea, but we got this one made, so friggin'
that's true.
gotta use it.
Was that a 3D model? I can't
stone? No.
Yeah. It was. That's cool. Figure out who sculpted that. That's pretty neat. Yeah, that would have been a lot of work to do all three of them.
A lot of work.
I would have helped them if they asked me.
You're pretty good at making stone statues.
Yeah.
You made that one of freaking Hercules biting off a head of a Cerberus. That was freaking sick. Can't show it on here, but
You remember that?
yeah. My God.
All I use is butter now. Sculpt it right out. That would take a while.
But the movie was a lot shorter than I remembered it being. It's like an hour and 30 minutes. And it goes by like really quick. Not a lot of stuff happens.
That's because it's so good.
It's true. That's true.
That's when you know when a movie goes by quick, and it's not that quick. An hour and 30 minutes is not that bad.
No. No, it didn't take too long to watch. Probably about an hour and 30 minutes.
How did Billy lose his head?
Billy?
Yeah.
He freaking got it whacked off by the witch.
God bless. That witch
And then
is
Danny
ruthless.
comes up and she's like, "You dropped this." And he's like, puts it back on.
Billy is your typical zombie.
Yeah, he's not around a lot either.
I liked him.
I liked him. He's very memorable for the little time he was in there.
Why wouldn't anybody ever dress up as him for Halloween?
I don't think anybody would get it.
You don't think so?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm doing it.
Billy's Halloween. Billy for Halloween. So, when we were trying to pick out a Halloween movie for us to review, we debated on this and Halloween Town.
I liked Halloween Town a little bit better.
Same.
I don't know, though, because you said when you watched this, you thought it was good back then. Maybe Halloween Town would have the same effect.
Yeah, but the reason I think that Halloween Town was a little bit better is because it had the, like, multiple instead of just one.
Yeah. You know, the scene that I remember the most out of Halloween Town, and nobody ever seems to remember this, is when the
When they're in the movie theater.
no,
Theater. No, that's my most memorable scene.
this is a dumb memorable scene. I just remember it because it was weird. And so you got the black guy that's folding socks,
Yes.
and he's turning gray,
Yeah.
and the old woman, the old lady witch,
She's also starting to turn gray.
yeah, and she's folding socks and she can't remember things.
Yeah. Alzheimer's. Get you.
Yeah. It affects witches, I think, a little bit faster.
Yeah. She was like gone.
Was he a warlock?
I think he was like some type of beast.
Beast, okay.
I'm not 100% on that though.
I can't really remember either. Maybe he was just good at folding socks. He had the magic power of folding.
And the socks gonna fold in.
Yeah. He played that part good.
He did. He really did play that part good. But that's the part you remember the most?
Yeah.
All right. I think relating to Hocus Pocus to all the other Halloween movies out there that come out around similar time period, it's one of the more iconic ones, but looking back on it now, it's not as good as some of the other movies out there.
Like what?
Like that one. And then you've got the zombie movie. Have you seen that one? I love that movie. Wrapped. Or not Zombie Mummy. How did I say zombie?
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think
He's
I've
just
ever
walking
watched
around
it.
the whole time and he's like, and he's like a nice guy.
I'm not sure.
It's so funny. There's
Right.
one scene in there. I'm completely off topic, but I got to talk about it. It's Halloween. We got to talk about all the Halloween stuff. Get it all off our chest.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up in a hospital, and he like gets his toilet paper stuck in the sliding doors,
Okay.
and he starts getting pulled off, and then the nurse is like, "Oh my gosh, this guy is a burn victim," and they put him down on a table, and he's like, "He doesn't have a heartbeat," and they're freaking like shocking him and stuff, and he's like, "Oh," he's like freaking out about it. It's a good scene. Good scene. Whoever put that together.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I need to watch
But
that.
see, it's not as iconic. Even though it's hilarious, it's not as iconic. You don't have those three amazing witches. Even though the movie's not that good, those three did a fantastic job.
They picked good people for that.
They really did.
I think that's what holds the movie together, to be honest. Because like you said, well, about the
100%.
mummy, a mummy's like just a mummy.
Yeah, he's just a normal mummy.
Yeah, but when you get to the Sanderson sisters, they have like this connection with each other.
hmm And they all have like their own genuine personality that you can flesh out in like short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lead one is a jerk towards the other sisters, but she's like, the other sisters are like, "Oh, she's just joking with us. It's okay,"
Yeah,
because they're idiots.
both of them.
All three of them.
Yeah, really. Now, the Book of Spells.
Book of Spells.
Did they ever do like a? Did they ever say any spells from the book?
They got the recipe for that one.
That was it, though, right?
I think that's all they needed.
They need more. That's a whole book. You got, like, God bless.
It's
like
thick. It's thick.
thick book, 4 inches thick, and they only use one spell out of that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They probably used the spell to summon the vacuum cleaner for her to ride on.
Yeah, freaking time travel spell. There you go. But they had other spells up their sleeves, but they never needed the book for it.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Like the dancing spell when she was singing the Now You're Mine. She made all the adults dance for the night.
Yeah. You know, it's so stupid, too, because it's like the boy who cried wolf. They're all thinking he's joking.
Yeah. If my kid come up to me and they're like, there's somebody after me, Halloween night, and you're saying some stranger is acting like even if you didn't think it was a witch and you were like, oh my God, my kids are freaked out over some strange person
following me.
Yeah, then you might be a little concerned instead of just being like, it's Halloween. What are you talking about?
There's people gonna follow you, kid.
You just wasted on candy. So freaking go back home. That makes sense to me.
It don't make sense. It doesn't.
And then even when they he gets up on stage and he's like, the sisters are back to life and there's one of them, and she calls him out by name and she's like, thank you for the introduction, Max, or whatever she says. At that point you'd be like, how does that woman know my kids?
Yeah, but there's a connection there. There's a connection because they're like, thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction, or I mean, thank you, Max, for that marvelous.
That's good.
She kind of makes it seem like it's a setup.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know this guy. We talked about this before he went up stage. We're going to do this.
Slick sister.
She's slick. I told you she's smart. Sarah and freaking Mary, they wouldn't have been able to go over that.
You got, that's, now that you say that out loud and I'm hearing it, it does sound kind of weird. You've got Sarah, you've got Mary, and then Winifred. Like, you got two pretty normal name sisters, and you got that one that's like out there.
Winifred.
Yeah.
Winifred.
Winifred. They didn't want you to be able to say it. Reckon.
Yeah.
Winifred.
It's like Beetlejuice said it 3 times, she's dead.
I can't say it 3 times, so I guess she's going to live forever.
She never turns to stone because I can't say her dang name.
Woo.
I actually seen on Twitter somebody dress up as Winifred, and they did an amazing job. I don't know how you would get the hair to stay up like that.
Oh,
yeah, just put a basketball in it.
Loss of hairspray.
Yeah, like 4 cans.
Choke on it.
Well, people's got masks now. Put your mask on and go to town on the hairspray.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Everybody's got masks.
Yeah.
Everybody go with doctors this year. That's a cheap idea. You've already got the mask.
Yeah.
Freaking put
Get
on
you
a
a blue
white
shirt.
t-shirt or blue t-shirt. I don't think white, but blue t-shirt.
Either way. It's a cheap way out, but
Cheap,
it's
cheap
good.
way.
So in this school, I thought it was, I don't know why I like this shot so much. Even though you hate Max, I thought this shot was cool. He's on the speakerphone. Just shows how cool this guy is. He's
He
freaking
puts
hot.
shades on.
He puts the shades on, and he grabs the microphone to talk on the speakercom, and he slides. He slides on the table right up to the camera. Perfect camera shot.
Cool cat. Cool freaking cat.
He's cool, man. He's cool.
Too cool for school, so I don't know why they went there. Freaking, even if they needed the incinerator, they could have thrown him in a volcano. That's way cooler. Max ain't all about incinerators. He's all about freaking the coolest way possible.
Are they making a Hocus Pocus too?
I don't know, but they acted like they were at the end of that, and then it hasn't come out in however long that's been out. At the end of the movie, it flashes on the book, and then the book's like, pops his eye open and starts looking around. Oh my God.
I know what's going to happen.
It's going to possess Allison, and she's going to bring everybody back to life.
Allison, what are you doing bringing everybody back?
Predictable move. Don't even make it. God.
We'll just go ahead and make it for you guys. Like a 5-minute little summary. It'll be like a trailer length, but, you know, we'll just tell you guys what the movie's going to be about. Here's what I think the movie's going to be about.
Okay. All right.
What other a little bit of trivia here. What other movie has a book with a face on it that the dead comes to life?
Thought you talking about Harry Potter. But when you say come back to life, Ash versus Evil Dead.
Bingo.
Full circle.
I'm telling you, it always makes sense a little later on in the show.
That's why you gotta keep watching.
Here's what I think. The book, that's the Book of the Dead, of course. It ain't just a spell book.
Yeah.
Ash and Max is going to meet. But Ash is an actual hunk. Max is playing the hunk card. He's not playing it right.
Yeah, he don't have the chin for it.
He ain't got the chin. That's Crimson Chin over there. So here, right at the beginning, right out of the gate of Hocus Pocus 2, Ash Williams takes the shotgun out, blows Max's head off.
Because he thinks he's turning into a zombie. Doesn't turn into a zombie, he just thinks it.
Yeah.
Freaking, he's looking awful fishy.
And that's when Billy, the actual zombie, comes out and say, "Wait, that's Max. He's not a zombie." He blows his head off too. That's evil.
But because it's Billy, it doesn't get blown off. It just kind of like falls backwards, like he hit him with like a pellet instead of like an actual gun. Billy puts his head back on, and then it's the duo throughout the whole rest of the movie.
Billy and Ash. That's a good duo.
That's a good duo.
That is a good duo. Hocus Pocus 2, folks. That's it.
Well, we could tell you the rest, but freaking.
Gotta wait to find out. A lot of good stuff coming.
Witches come back. Freaking, they're working together with Ash's old girlfriend, who also comes back from the dead. Woo.
And Binks.
And Binks.
That's gonna be Ash's new pet.
Yeah. He
Cool.
gets turned back into a cat somehow.
Sorry, Binks. Hey, the freaking kids in cages you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So, would you have killed them? Do you think they deserve to die?
I don't even know if they... Well, at the end of the movie, they were hanging up in the cages still singing something. I don't know what they were singing. Sailor songs or whatever.
It's kind of a dark part of the movie. They just get forgot about and later in Hocus Pocus 2.
It's what they get.
Yeah.
It's a life lesson. Don't be a jerk or you're going to get freaking hung in a cage in a witch's house.
It's a good tip. It's a good tip. Don't shave ice in the back of your head either. You can do like flames and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, maybe like your letters, like just one letter in the back of your head.
Yeah.
No, on the sides. Your letters got to be on the sides.
Yeah. Like a Z.
Yeah, maybe etching a lightning bolt.
Harry Potter.
Full circle, boy. Full circle.
All right, time to switch it up and bash another short horror film. This indie short film is called Behind the Frame, made by Dylan Clark. A girl discovers strange photographs that alter the world around her. And some contact information, yeah.
Cetera, et cetera.
Again, we only bash the ones we like. Let's hit it.
First of all, stuff starts happening in this room, and she's not even freaked out by it.
Like the photographs.
Yeah, she just, go on. What were you saying?
Okay, give a little context. She holds up the photograph next to the room, or the part of the room where the photograph's taken, and then there's something in the photograph that isn't in the room. She lifts down the photograph, and it appears in the room. Now go on.
And she just looks at it. She's like not even getting excited. She's just looking at the freaking thing, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool. Freaking magic picture, I guess." If that happened to me, I'd be like, "What the?" And I'd be like running around the room, freaking jumping out the window.
Yeah, like I would be a
Ripping
lot
the
more
photos?
freaked out. Yeah, because it said.
Yeah, even when it said rip the photos, and she was looking at it, she was like, "Rip the photos." Whatever.
I ain't ripping these photos that I never seen before that I know I didn't take.
Yeah, well, creepy writing. The writing was so
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, why they gotta write it creepy anyway? Why can't it be like pretty?
Yeah.
Like-
If you want somebody to use your photos, you probably want to make it nice and neat. Instead of being like, "These are creepy photos, rip them." Probably just be like, "Man, these are creepy photos, rip them." I ain't gonna rip them.
One thing that didn't have continuity, the photos are black and white. When you watch the film, it's not black and white. The part of the room should have turned black and white. Just saying, that would have been a lot of editing, but
Authentic.
Authentic.
My immersion was like, and then when I saw it wasn't black and white, lost me.
Lost. Yeah.
I was walking around without a map. Where am I at? I don't know. I don't got a map. Freaking lost.
He was lost, folks. I watched him. I watched his eye. He didn't know where to look. He did not know where to look. One thing I will say, toward the end, when she seen the weapon on the photograph.
Mm-hmm.
So she sees this face in another photograph. She's like, oh my God, I done used that photograph. So this person that I just seen in the photograph must be in the room now. And she just sees the weapon in the photograph and is like, well, I know what to do now because I did a few pictures. This ain't no big deal. And she pretty much summons a weapon to go kill the monster.
Like she's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
She made the photographs.
That's a twist.
Twist. M. Night Shyamalan, not Dylan Clark.
M. Night Shyamalan just keeps changing his name. He's got like a bunch of YouTube channels out there. He just keeps changing his name.
My God.
What? You know what? Here's the thing, too. That little thing that she got the photographs out of, that looked like a makeup drawer, not a photograph holder.
Yeah, freaking where you put your jewelry and stuff. I get you. It looks like she took it out of mommy's room. Can I borrow this for a second, Mom? I'm shooting a video.
You ain't taking my jewelry, sweetheart. That's expensive medallions.
And then she freaking wears it. Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, ain't that weird?
She pulls out a creepy thing. She's like, jewelry. I'll just wear this one.
That's why she freaking got it. It was because...
Spoiler!
Yeah. Spoiler. That's why she got it was because the ghost is like, how dare you put on my freaking necklace? How dare you? If she wouldn't have put on the necklace, the ghost would have been like, hey, ain't that cool? I can do this. I got magical powers.
Yeah.
It'd have been more like a genie and less of a serial killer ghost.
Genie ghost.
It would have been, I'll grant you some wishes. I'll take the photograph of whatever you want, and I'll make it appear.
No more freaking taking it easy, too. Freaking, they copped out on everything in this video. They were using blurred backgrounds where you don't have to make up a bit like a little creepy guy all that bad. They were freaking using shoddy camera angles to avoid all the creepiness of it. And then they had a dead body in the other room that they didn't even show you.
They showed you in the picture, but I think that was her. No, they showed you the picture.
Yeah, it wasn't her. It was
Wasn't
freaking
her.
different. I don't think so. I think she had dark hair.
I bet you it was her friend.
Oh, yeah. I bet she was her friend. Good story writing, bad editing.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If it was her friend, why was she more creeped out when she seen the dead body? Even if it wasn't her friend, it's a freaking dead body.
It is a dead body. She did kind of give like the, oh my God. Like she was like disgusted, but it wasn't like freak out. I'm running out of here. I got to rip up all these photos and get the heck out of here. It was like, oh, it's kind of gross dead body, and let's keep looking at these dang photos.
I think if it was me, I seen the dead body. I would think, cops could get here soon, and I would probably just go ahead and cremate it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
I start throwing bleach everywhere.
Gotta get rid of the evidence, people. Whew. If you've watched our other podcasts, we always give criminals advice. Not really. Let me cut that out. Does bleach get rid of evidence?
I think it destroys like DNA.
Good to know.
Yeah, like hair and stuff. Well, maybe not hair, but like blood and stuff like that. Gets blood out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And she kind of seemed young.
Yeah, she did seem kind of young. Maybe like 19, 20.
Yeah. Where's her family? Maybe she lives on her own.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that's good. That
But-
is.
I would freaking throw bleach everywhere.
Yeah, I would have got.
On the body, and the cops come in like, there's a body right there. You don't know that. I got bleach on it.
How are you seeing this right now?
You should search for any DNA, officer. But you won't find any.
What if that happened? Do they have the permission? Like, if you threw a blanket over it and bleached it, would they be like, "Can I look under the blanket?" You just say, "Hey, this is my apartment."
Feet are sticking out of the blanket.
You can't look under that blanket, officer. Which brings me to a story, a little bit off topic, so I'll try to say it fast. I had a college
Lucky
roommate.
dogs freaking getting away from roasting this thing. Go on.
Well, we get back to the roast, trust me. So I had a college roommate, and the police knocked on the door and was like, hey, is this guy here? And I was like, that's what I was like. I didn't say nothing because I didn't want to rat out my bro. And he was sitting on the couch.
You didn't want to rat him out, but you were kind of like,
I gave him a little nod. All right, he's on the couch, annoying the piss out of me. But he was sitting on the couch, and the door was like a little bit cracked, and they seen him, and I was like, I just like gradually opened the door, like, here he is, boys. Get him.
book him.
Sorry, man. I hope you're out there listening.
What do they want him for?
I think he missed a court date, or I don't know. It was something stupid.
Did they arrest him?
Yeah, cuffed him up good. And
Once they handcuffs, or they have to use 2 for that big boy?
They used 2 of those bad boys. But here's the thing. I was like, you ain't taking my friend. So I pulled out the nightstick from the officer, started going down on him.
God bless. Cut that out.
They never got me. I moved to Tennessee. Everything's all right.
Change his name.
Woo. Now I do a podcast, and everything's good. Got to pay off my freaking law bills.
Little creepy Halloween story for you guys right there about beating up a police officer.
But behind the frame, let me tell you something. I like the idea. I like the idea of seeing the picture and all that stuff. But I seen an app do the same thing. There was an indie game out there that did this as well. I don't think it's been released yet, but it was a really cool concept. I like the concept. But I would be a little more freaked out.
I would definitely be freaked out.
And if I found a camera that could do that, you bet your bottom dollar I'd be doing it to everything.
Yeah, I'd freaking take a photo. I wouldn't be stingy. I'd do it the long way. I'd take a photo of everything in my wallet. If I had even if I had like $5 at the time, I'd take a photo of that $5. And I'd take another photo of that $10, and I'd take another photo of that $20, and I keep just doubling it.
Not stingy though.
Not stingy though. Not stingy as in like I wouldn't go freaking get a lot of money. Like I wouldn't take a picture of a bank or anything. I use my own money.
Here's the thing. If you're taking pictures of the money and recreating it, would that be copied money? Counterfeit? Because it is copied.
But you know what would suck?
What?
If somebody got a hold of your pictures after you've copied all that money, I freaking, what the heck is this about?
Oh, that was suck.
You're going to go pay for something?
Either that or you'll check your bank account and it'll be down to 0 when it had like 500,000. What happened? I'd protect those images with my
Honey, I was
life.
cleaning your room and I found these photographs. I just ripped them up. It wasn't a big deal.
That's when Ash comes within with a shotgun.
Thanks, Ash.
Oh, but if we're rating this short film, the short horror film Behind the Frame, what's one good thing you could say about it before we rate it?
One good thing I could say about it is a good concept.
That's it.
Just a good concept.
Yeah. One good thing I'll say is it was very suspenseful.
Yeah,
It did keep you. It kept your attention really good. But 210,000 views, get real, folks. Get real.
Probably watched it 210,000 times on his own.
Don't worry, man. I do the same thing. It's all good. We all do it.
But it's a pretty good job.
Eye roll. The eye roll. God bless.
Woo, you know we're just messing around, kind of. God bless.
All right. I feel like that's going to wrap up this episode of the Quiet on Set podcast.
Be sure to like the video, comment the video. If you're on Spotify, be sure to follow us. We're just new on there, and we're trying to get a following of at least 2 million. At least.
At least, guys, at least. So if you know somebody, or if you know about at least 1 million people, tell them about it.
Send out, make flyers, put them out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, shh.
Have a good Halloween, folks. Quiet on Set.